Hello viewers, welcome to my channel Pharmacypedia. Today we are going to discuss another interesting topic about the packaging of ophthalmic products. Let us first try to understand what are ophthalmic products. Ophthalmic preparations are basically specialized dosage forms which are designed to be instilled onto the external surfaces of the eyes or which are administered inside or adjacent to the eyes or used in conjunction with an ophthalmic device. So basically they are the products which are used for the treatment of either eye disease or any symptoms, or are used for the diagnosis of eye problems, or may be used as an adjunct therapy for the ophthalmic disease. So basically ophthalmic preparations are limited to eye problems, eye disease, eye therapies. So the products used for this kind of the treatment are of various types. For example, they may range from eye drops, eye suspensions, eye ointments, eye gels. Nowadays used are the contact lens solutions, ophthalmic inserts, and various kinds of the powders which are used for this kind of the treatment. So they are actually the sterile dosage forms which are used for the alleviation of the problems associated with the eye. There are large number of drugs which are used for the treatment of the eyes. For example, that may range from myotics or mydriatics, cycloplagics, or any anti-inflammatory disease, anti-inflammatory drugs, or anti-infectives, antibiotics, antivirals, antibacterials, or anti-glaucoma drugs, or other adjunct therapies such as irrigation solutions, or diagnostic drugs such as sodium fluorescein, or maybe anesthetics. So large numbers are used for the treatment of eye related problems, eye disease, etc. Now, when we talk about the packaging of ophthalmic products, that has to be very precise and very accurate and very safe. The reason being these products are directly instilled into the eyes. So they are very important. They should not contain any sort of the contamination. So almost all the commercial available packing these days is made from the plastics. Initially the packaging was of almost glass containers, comprising of the glass containers. So basically two substances have been used till date. First was the glass containers in which these eye drops were instilled along with the rubber twigs. So and then the drops were installed with those rubber twigs into the eyes. Nowadays plastic is in use and almost all the eye drops are made up of plastics. Now what are the advantages associated with the plastics is that they are very too easy to use. They don't cause any type of the spillage like breakage problem which is usually associated with the glass. Moreover, they have led to the universe of these plastic packaging components which are composed of bottles, fitments, and other closures. They are basically user friendly and easy to use. So Alcon was the first company which introduced these packaging components, and at that time they were identified as a drop tainers for ophthalmic products. So and in the late 1940s it was being adopted by a large number of industries as the standard for packaging topical ophthalmic products. So now you can understand that two products which are being used for ophthalmic treatments were glass containers and plastic containers. Glass containers are not used these days. This type of packaging is not in use these days, but almost all the ophthalmic products are packed into plastics. Now let us try to understand what type of the plastics. So when we talk about the packaging of ophthalmic products into plastics, they are basically composed of four elements. First is LDPE, known as low density polyethylene plastics. May be containing opacifying agents or may not be containing any opacifying agents, may be containing any colorants or not may be containing colorants. So LDPE is the primary substance which is being used for the preparation of plastic packaging for ophthalmic products. Then polypropylene. Polypropylene is largely used for the preparation of the caps. We have two components of the eye drops. First is the bottle part and other one is the cap part. So bottle part is made up of preferably of LDP, and polypropylene is used for the preparation of the cap part, or may be composed of high density polyethylene known as HDPE. LDPE or HDPE are of choice. They are used as per the specific product requirements. Most of the time LDPE is in use. So you can understand caps are made up of polypropylene and bottles are made up of LDPE or HDPE. LDPE is low density polyethylene and HDPE high density polyethylene. Now, when we talk about the packaging of ophthalmic products, two type of the containers are in use. First is the single dose container. As the name indicates, they contain only single dose packed into plastic bottles which composed of LDPE, or they may be multiple dose containers. So traditional glass bottles with rubber tweed droppers were used, but nowadays multi-dose containers are also made up of LDPE plastics. So nowadays the concept is of preservative free eye drops, because preservatives are causing a large number of health problems. You can watch in my subsequent videos. A large number of health concerns are associated with the use of preservatives. So nowadays the concept is use preservative free eye drops. Now eye ointments are also being used for the prolonged effect. So doctors along with the eye drops, eye ointments are being prescribed. Now as we can understand, eye ointments are packed into the flexible or plastic or collapsible metal tubes which are used for the packaging of eye ointments. So eye drops are packed into plastic containers composed of either HDPE or LDPE, most of the time LDPE, and eye ointments are packed in the collapsible metal tubes. Now when we talk about the caps and the closures, polypropylene is the plastic which is used for the preparation and sealing of the caps. They prevent any sort of the contamination or leakage in the product. Our ultimate aim is to have a packaging which does not leak out, which remains intact with the product till it is being ultimately used by the consumer. It has to be very safe and effective. Now there is certain cap color coding system which is being used by the industry. This cap color coding actually helps out in the identification of different sorts of the products. Suppose a company is making many ophthalmic eye drops, they can simply identify with the help of the cap color codings. So the caps are of different colors depending on the type of the drug being used. For example, if we are packing the beta blockers, the cap would be of either blue or yellow color, or if the drug is non-steroids, they will be the cap will be of the gray color, or if it is of being steroids, the cap would be of pink color. Anti-infectives are having the cap either of brown or tan colors. Carbonic anhydrase inhibitors have the cap of orange color. All the prostaglandins have the turquoise cap. All the mydrotics have the red cap. All the myotics have the green cap. So by this cap color coding system, you can differentiate different type of the ophthalmic drugs, and it will ease the identification in the company while manufacturing the and packaging of the ophthalmic products. Now let us try to understand the major problems which are associated with the plastics. You all are aware about the harmful effects of the plastics, and our world is suffering from the many type of the disease are being linked up with the use of plastics. Nowadays when we talk about the fruit products, it is being recommended not to use many plastic products. So again, in the case of the packaging of the ophthalmic products, two problems which have been linked up with the plastic containers are the sorption and permeability characteristics. Sorption simply means that the plastic components are absorbing your drug, and permeability means your all the plastics, all the plasticizers, the plastic component is being leaching into the product. So the problem may be both way, which is actually affecting the stability of the products. So when we talk about these permeation and sorption related problem, there are a number of the ways which are being utilized to remove such kind of the problems, but this problem is still stagnant, and the leaching problem, the permeation problem is still there. So there are certain pros and cons which are associated with everything. So are with the these kinds of the plastic packagings, they have the sorption and permeation problems. Now efforts have been made to overcome the permeation problems by employing secondary packaging such as peel apart blisters, or like pouch composed of non-permeable material, for example aluminum foil or vinyl, etc. Now, the main characteristics of LDP is that it is translucent in nature. So, if the drug is light sensitive, additional protection is being is utilized by the addition of titanium dioxide, which acts as an opacifying agent. For example, for the drugs like epinephrine. So, since this drug is having the light sensitivity, so while packaging, additional opacifying substance such as titanium dioxide is being added into the packaging part. Okay, so that the drug stability remains intact. Now, as I've told earlier, apart from the plastic products, glass containers were also used. Now, again, glass containers are four basic types. So, when we talk about the packaging of the ophthalmic products, neutral borosilicate type 1 glass is widely being used as a packaging for the ophthalmic preparations. They're not of much use now, but they have been replaced by the plastic containers composed of LDPE, also known as drop containers. So friends, now you are clear about the packaging of the ophthalmic products, problems associated with the packaging material associated with the ophthalmic products, and what is the color coding system to identify different types of the ophthalmic products. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do like, share and subscribe. Also, please provide your views in the comment box. Thank you.